Oh, hello there, and welcome to the Fantasy This is not the Fantasy Workshop. I can move around more. Could this maybe be the Fantasy Workshop? Let's think about that. Okay, so this is actually the first video in a series called Building the Fantasy Workshop. And it's not just about having a series about me building a workshop on YouTube. It's actually a lot more than that. Because behind the scenes, I also started my own company. And it's a company in which I'm building a lot of very cool wooden products. I'm really excited about setting up this business because it is a dream that I've had for so long. And after quitting my job as a 3D artist in the gaming industry last year, it's now finally time to follow that dream. But it wasn't very easy. Only 3 days before I started, I found the space in which I'm building the Fantasy Workshop right now. So you can imagine I was quite stressed up until that point. But luckily someone had a space available, and it is truly more than I could have ever dreamed. So, now that we have the space, now that the business is started, it's time to build the Fantasy Workshop. But first, let me give you a little tour. Follow me. All of this space can be a blank canvas for the Fantasy Workshop. Maybe over here, we can do a YouTube studio. Maybe over here, we can do a giant workbench. Follow me to the cave. Cave. Oh, that was very loud. I call it a cave because it sounds a bit cooler than just a room. But here, I can put 3D printers, maybe a CNC machine, tool storage, I don't know yet. This space? I have no idea. Like I said, it's a blank canvas. We can do anything. But first, let's measure a little bit. So I can make a plan. And also, quite important to tell you why I am building these walls. The reason is that I'm only renting a small part of a much larger barn. The walls give me my own space and privacy. Now it's time to go home, find some inspiration and make a plan. Here we have it, the concept, made together with my wonderful girlfriend. This is the grand idea for the new workshop. This gives us a good idea of the mood and aesthetics. Of course, this will be a lot of work and I can't do all of that in one video. So that's why this is going to be an ongoing series for a while. But in this video, I'm going to focus on building the walls so that I end up with a defined room to build the rest. I already bought all the materials for the walls, so let me start by bringing those in. So, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm starting by building a wooden frame that perfectly fits the area where the first wall is going to be. Then I will also add some beams in between, and that is where I can eventually attach the plasterboard to. Since nothing in this old building is square, I had to build the frame in place instead of on the floor. This turned out to be quite hard and did definitely not go without any little errors. But you will see, I will get there in the end. With a new workshop and a new business also come new tools. As you can see, I'm still cutting everything with the circular saw, but this will change soon because amongst other tools I bought a miter saw. That should speed up the process a little bit for the next walls. Gotta be quick because the battery is empty and I forgot to bring more batteries. But first wall is nearly done. I'll finish it and then it's the end of the day because it's quite late already. And then tomorrow we continue. Hey, and welcome back for day 2. As you can see, yesterday I finished building the first wall, but I also brought a couple more things, including a workbench. So I think today we can set up the miter saw maybe. It will speed up the cutting process a little bit. So we'll do that first and then we start building the second wall. Also this clicking noise that you're hearing, that's an electric fence. There it is. But we can deal with that as soon as I have all the walls finished. Now it is time to build the second wall. And I think this one is going to be a little bit easier than the first one. But maybe that is because it is smaller. And I'm basically a professional wall builder now. Hello and welcome back for day 4. Yesterday didn't really count because I forgot my camera, but today I have my camera and my SD card. And let me show you what I did yesterday. Yesterday I started installing all the plaster wall on the first wall that we built. I still need to do the top, but I'll do it at the end because then I know how much plasterboard I have left. Today we're going to continue with this wall and then the wall right behind you. Let me show you. Right here, the wall with the door, which I had to adjust a little bit yesterday because it wasn't perfectly level, but hopefully it is now, and when I hang the doors they will be able to close. So let's go and hang some plasterboard. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show you here in the corner because I was pretty proud of it. Look how beautifully the plasterboard is following the wall all the way to the top. Okay, so something went a little bit wrong with this one. The scribing was fine, but the width in general is too short now. But you know what? I can still attach it to the beam just fine. And I think this is gonna be my YouTube studio background anyways, so I'm gonna do something special with that. And also I really have to do something about that ticking noise because it's getting a little bit annoying right now. Let me just pull the plug. That is this one done for now, except for the top parts, but I will do those at the end so I know how much plasterboard I have left because I bought the bare minimum. So let's plaster the wall with the door, but before we do that I need to reinforce the door frame. So I'm gonna start with that. I'm going to leave that for what it is now, and I'm going to start building the final wall, which will go right there. Welcome to day 5, I believe. I got pretty far yesterday after my SD card was full. Believe it or not, I had enough battery, but my SD card was full. I did a lot of plasterboard yesterday and I fixed a couple of things in the frame. And let me show you. That's starting to look like a room, don't you think? Also something magical is happening today. Look there, at the floor. It's the sun. Haven't seen that one in a while. Okay, back to work. Okay, I'm thinking before I put the next little strip of plasterboard on, maybe I should put some wood behind it, a little brace so I can screw everything into it. I don't know if I'm gonna film that. You have to believe me that I'll do it. And then I'll show you the result afterwards. Okay, let me take you up the ladder and show you what I did. So I installed these extra braces, or noggins, however you want to call them. So I can attach the plasterboard to it, and then if I attach the next small piece, it has multiple attaching points. Okay, so this is done now, and I'll be doing this for the rest, but I'll not be filming that because it's just more of the same. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll show you the final result. It's the end of day 5, and let me show you what I did. This wall is now complete. That wall I still have to do, but I started on the wall with the door, and I will show you. Ha! It's a little bit rough, but I'm sure I can fix that later, right? For now, I'm gonna go home because I'm hungry and I'm gonna eat, and we will be back tomorrow for day 6. Hello and welcome back to day 6 of building the fancy workshop. I really hope this video is going to be a little bit interesting because it's just me building walls right now, but we have the concept in here. We know what it's gonna look like, right? Let me take you on a little tour of what I'm thinking. So the concept is subject to a little bit of change, but what I'm thinking right now is here we can do the YouTube studio. We can build in a little corner. I have to look at the concept again. But I think that's a nice big space where I can stand. You know, can you see me making cool stuff for YouTube? Exactly. And then this area, which will be right next to the YouTube space, will be workbench. I already put one workbench here, but I'm thinking much bigger in the corner, maybe, or maybe a big workbench on the wheels, so we can do some wood storage in the wall there. I also need to come up with a cool idea for the doors. I don't want to leave it just a square, you know, it needs to be something cool. We'll think about it. Okay, now that we're a little bit more up to date again on what the space is actually going to be, we're going to finish building those walls. We should be able to do that today, it's not a lot left. And then we can start thinking maybe a workbench, maybe something else. I think that's going to be for the next video. So make sure if you like this and you want to see, you know, me building the entire fantasy workshop, make sure to subscribe, because then you can follow along and you will not miss one video of me building the fantasy workshop. I'm back with screws. Can't believe it, after 6 days, it's finally time to do the final piece. And then all the walls are done. I did it. The walls of the workshop are built, its boundaries have been defined. It took me 6 days to do so, on my own. Carrying heavy plasterboard around, building frames, doing things I've never done before. It's been a lot of fun. It's also been very, very difficult actually, and I've learned a lot along the way. It's a bit rough here and there, you know, but I mean, if you look at the ceiling, nothing here is 90 degrees, nothing here is straight lines, but that's what we like, right? We like the aesthetics of that. Yeah, so it's a little bit dark now. I'm gonna take you on a little tour. Tomorrow I will show you everything I've done. For now, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna rest. Play a little game probably. See you tomorrow. That's it for this video. But before we end this video, I wanna give you a little tour of what I did. Also have new walls now, or new lights now. We also have new walls, obviously. So you can see a bit better what I did. Let me show you around and then I'll also tell you about my plans for the next video. So right here we have an area. This is going to be where I want to be filming future YouTube videos. And then on the other side of the, let's just call it YouTube studio, we have a workbench. Now this is going to be a very big workbench. And then right here in the middle, I want to have a big workbench that I can move around. But of course, it wouldn't be the fantasy workshop if I just built standard, normal, boring workbenches. No, I want to build them with more of a fancy twist. And what that's gonna look like, well, I guess you have to subscribe so you can watch the next video. But for now, we have the concept and that's good inspiration. So that's what we're gonna base it upon. But yes, if you like this, if you wanna see more, please subscribe, like this video, and post a comment, you know, I'm always open for suggestions. What do you think would be cool in a fantasy workshop? Let me know and we'll see you in the next video.